The cameras behind the cameras are going also. Mary Middlefield is in the building. Round of applause from behind the cameras, y'all. You said that you were nervous, and we wanted to make you even more nervous. So
Yeah, you just
thank
did
you
that.
for
Thank you.
playing along with it. But welcome to what we were chatting about before we started rolling with the cameras here. Like first New York conversation,
Yeah.
interview. I
Yeah.
hope I don't screw it up.
Baptism right here.
It's baptism by fire because it is quite literally 100 degrees here in the city. But you bring the heat with what is turning out to be a little bit of a summertime anthem. We're gonna get to the latest single, but let's dig into the lore, the history, and how a young woman who grew up learning how to play the violin decided not to put any violin in this new song. Explain it. What's up? Let's get to know you.
It just didn't feel like it needed it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really feel like, okay, this needs a big fat arrangement. And in this song, I was just like, okay, let's get dirty. Let's put in the guitars. Let's put in the drums, the dirty bass, but no strings.
No strings. No,
Let's not make it
not the
pretty.
violin. No, not that. But when was it that you felt? I mean, I guess we're going back to as I was learning a little bit about you. 5, 6 years old when music became a part of your life. Like how and why did you grow up in a musical family? What's up?
No, I didn't grow up in a musical family at all. I know my parents loved opera and the classical world.
Yeah.
So I used to watch, like, there's a French channel called Mezzo, and my dad would play it in his office, and I would, like, creep around and, like,
navigate
watch it.
towards it.
Yeah. And at one point, I just decided, I was going to play the violin, and then I did that forever. And I never thought I was going to do something else until I realized that I wasn't going to do this anymore.
For sure. When you think about like finding what your passion is at such a young age and being able to follow that and to fast forward, all these years now and to see that you are living your purpose, like what does that feel like to be able to create and tell your stories and know that it's such a true, genuine act that's happening? Like you're not trying to do or be anybody else.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
And I never tried too hard, which is also nice.
That's the best part.
I just went out and have been myself ever since. Like, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, when you're thinking about for me, I share the story with people all the time, and I think maybe a few of our friends in the room here know, like, my other job besides being on the radio was like I was a mascot. I was Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, so like I don't know anything else. So to be able to just be yourself and find comfort in doing so and seeing that so many people gravitate towards your work as a songwriter, like what is that feeling like for you to know that you're hitting the nail on the head?
It feels like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean, we've touched on that briefly in the last question, but I never looked for anything else in my life other than music.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a musician, and everyone made fun of me because obviously
that's what they do.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
But I never looked for any other job. I never looked for any other passion. I kind of I think I was born with a passion in my head already, and just continued to do that. And the fact that people like what I do, the fact that people listen and give me so many positive words back,
for sure,
is such a big accomplishment as a songwriter.
Now, when you talk about that word, and as we use that word songwriter, where are these stories coming from? Are these real life experiences? Are these lived experiences? Are these sometimes it's a conversation that you're having with a friend and there's a little bit of artistic license that comes into play? Where are these stories generating from for you?
I have to admit that most of these are real.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sexless. Do I dive in straight up? No.
That's exactly the one I was thinking about. It was like, yeah, they're real.
But they're real stories. So to be able to, and when I get the chance to chat with so many artists and we talk about, the passion in writing and getting those stories out there, is it therapy for you? It's cathartic? It's, what is the thought process when you're thinking, wow, I'm about ready to bare my soul?
I don't think of it like that.
Okay.
I think of it more in a way, okay, I'm living through this right now. It's not really fun. Let's make it funny. Some people say my songs aren't funny. I think they're really funny.
Yeah.
I think there's
some cheekiness in there.
Yeah, I think they're tongue in cheek and they're fun and they make fun of a situation that usually people
for sure
aren't happy about.
But the thing is that you're finding a way to connect.
Yeah.
And you're finding your special way to connect and to share your story, but also to have it resonate with so many people who are feeling the same feeling. As an artist, when you're hitting the stage, when we talk about some of these massive festivals that you've been a part of, and you look out to the crowd and you see folks really like just zoned in and dialed into your lyrics. That must hit your heart like super heavy.
Yeah, it does.
Do you ever get nervous? Do your knees buckle a bit? You know, do you sit back and think to yourself in that moment, wow?
I used to get nervous a lot, but it kind of went away.
Okay.
It kind of went away with time, and I think it went away. I played Glastonbury last year, which was a really
I was
big...
trying not to use that heavy word, you know. I was tap dancing around
Yeah.
it a bit because I wanted you to bring that. That is an honor. Like how
It
cool.
was an honor. It was an honor. I don't like to make a big deal of it because I consider
But you
myself
should.
pretty humble.
Yeah.
But I got really, really nervous, and I was really nervous the day of, the day before, the week before, 3 months before. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about that date, and I realized that when I got onto that stage, I was so nervous. I mean, I did the show and it went fine, but
For sure.
I stopped being nervous at the last song, and I was like,
Huh.
that sucks.
Yeah. I didn't need to have those nerves built
Yeah,
up in me.
you just feel like it's kind of useless. You're just giving away energy to like a feeling that is not positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, ever since, I think I'm kind of brushing it off, or I'm not thinking too much into it.
I can tell you're not thinking too much into it because in 100-degree heat, you are draped over one of the most popular bridges in the world, creating content, and you're just out there letting the world know what's happening. If we took a real quick look at social media, giving us teasers of, well, the song that is out now, but yeah, just being out there and being you and doing you and giving us everything that is this. I have it in bold letters, Summer Affair. What's it like to just release, be you, and to not give in to that nervous energy anymore?
It feels fun. It feels fun. The song's out. Everyone's like crazy about the song, and I'm like, okay, it's out.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
And you say, your words, not mine. It's real life experiences. These are your stories. Summer Affair. What does it mean to you? Like, do we go ahead and do we dive in? Do I go ahead and start? So I'm not. Love you, babe. Looking dead into the camera as we, but do folks need to start swiping? Do they need to really? What does Summer Affair mean?
I think
to you,
people don't need to be swiping.
Okay.
I think people need to go out and talk to people.
Wow.
And that is how you get your Summer Affair.
So that's a very cool thing. Go out and talk to people, especially in a time where social media, phones, we are all attached. We are
Put your phone down.
Yeah, please speak to that. Like, how important is it to really engage in human-to-human interaction?
I think human-to-human interaction is why we have live shows still.
Yeah.
And why people want to see, for example, their favorite artists, look them dead in the eyes.
For sure.
Why don't you want that with your friends? Why don't you want that with a partner? Why swipe? Why scroll?
Yeah.
I love social media, and I, just like every other person, spend
embrace
a
it.
lot of time on my phone. I'm not going to judge anyone or like
You don't have a Finsta or
preach.
anything, do you?
Huh?
You don't have a Finsta, like a
No,
fake Insta?
I don't.
Yeah, all right,
No,
all right,
I don't.
But there are some times we're doing some doom scrolling. I mean, I'm telling you, listen, Love Island, TikTok's got me in a chokehold right now, so I understand. But yeah, we do, but the importance of having this real life interaction.
Yeah, and I think it's important also to talk to people you don't know.
Yeah.
And bond with people you would never talk to outside of a screen blocking you.
For sure.
Or even just sit at a coffee shop, look around you, and ask people what they're doing.
That's powerful.
I love it. I mean, yesterday, my manager and I went to a yarn store, and because I knit,
Okay.
I'm a big knitter, and we just asked some woman what she was making, and she showed us a whole big ass baby blanket that was so cute, and she was so passionate about it.
For
and
sure.
People are passionate.
You get to hear that story. You get to find out more about that particular person just in stepping out of what may be your comfort zone and asking a question.
Yeah.
How are you? What are you up to? What do you like to knit? What is one of the most your favorite? What do we call? Do we call it knittings? What is one of the
Garments?
Garment? Yeah. What is it that you are the most proud of that you created with your own two hands?
I made a sweater
Okay.
with a lot of ants on it. So I found a designer. She's an entomologist on TikTok, of course.
Yeah.
And she makes bug sweaters, essentially. And so I made a whole sweater with ants on it, and I love it.
Bug sweaters, that it goes.
Yeah.
What else? If you were to knit me something, what does it look like? What kind of garment would I rock?
I think I'd make you a beanie.
Oh, spot on. Anybody who knows me in this room, yes. Okay.
I'd make you a beanie.
All right.
And a really cool, like, black sleek sweater.
I am so down. Might not be able to rock it until the winter time.
Yeah, but
obviously, but yeah.
I'm not wearing any knits right now as well.
No, let's wait till the winter time till it cools down quite a bit.
Exactly.
I want to circle back to one of the conversations you said about live performing and being able to look your fans and your favorite artists like lock eyes. From that vantage point on the stage for you, what is that feeling like? And who is it? A double-sided question. Who is it that you're a fan of music that you would like to look up to the stage and lock eyes with?
So, I've been really lucky. I saw a lot of my favorite artists in the past few years. I saw Elton John up close, which was honestly one of my favorite shows ever because I'm a big Elton fan. I saw the 1975 a few times, which yes.
Okay.
Who did I see recently? Didn't go to any major shows this year. Well, then, I have to remember
again, from your vantage point, to look down and to lock eyes with a fan who is clinging onto your every word. What must that feel like? I think we kind of talked about it.
You don't want to let go of the eye contact when you have someone you just lock eyes with, and they stare into your soul and are in a chokehold. It feels so rewarding. It feels really good, but you also feel like such a deep and emotional bond with that person.
For sure.
If I ever catch someone looking at me like that, I don't want to stop looking at them. I'm focusing.
I had to break eye contact for a second there, just to be honest with you, because I mean, just in hearing you explain that, I'm like, hell yeah, Mary. I understand it. I feel it. Before we got rolling in here, our friend mentioned she's got the voice, stepping in front of and hosting and being a part of such an empowering. You are who you are, and it comes with so much strength behind the lyrics. What should we see if we can find a way to get her to host this at some point in time? Who do we need to call to make that happen? Lisa, tell Lisa. All right. So do you want? So if we were going to get you the opportunity to be a part of this project, should we give her the moment here in studio? Should we Mary the moment here in studio to her pitch video, guys?
Sure.
Can we snip it? All right, go ahead into the camera and let the world know that you should be a part of this.
Oh, what do I say? What do I do?
I know. Yeah. What does she say? What does she do? Yeah.
Hi, Lisa Warden. I'm Mary, and I'd love to host your She's the Voice.
That's all. That's really all it takes, right? To put yourself out there, to try new things. As the music is here, there's certainly more to come. What are you most looking forward to here in 2025, stateside specifically?
Sorry, I zoned out.
She was locked into my eyes. It was the eye contact right there. That's what it was.
Exactly.
2025 is here. What is still yet to come? What are you most excited for the world to get to know about you?
I am so excited for my new songs to come out. I mean, we're talking about this one that just came out today, but there is so much more that is just some of the best work I've ever done and that I'm really proud of. And I'm just counting the days, the months until it all comes to the DSPs.
I'm gonna give you one more question before we leave here, Mary. Will you read my mind? What am I thinking right now? Pun intended. I mean, because the song is freaking awesome. Let me just go ahead and say that. But the final question: will you read my mind?
You're thinking about Pride this weekend.
Let's go! How I need to be there to represent with my family and friends, dude. That I will give you that. I will definitely give you that. This has been one of the coolest get to know you chats, and I'm hoping, from our family and friends that are in the room and behind the camera, that this isn't the last time, because I need my beanie and my black knitted sweater as well.
You will get it, I promise.
Anything that we can make sure that we get into here in New York City that you have yet to try that you want to? This will be my final question as you make your way back next time. What is it that we need to do to cross off of your New York City bucket list?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of things here. I haven't seen a show in New York.
Okay.
I haven't seen a show in New York. And I've never seen the Statue of Liberty up
Wow.
close.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can make that happen.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, and I heard recently that you can make your way and you can walk up to the top and look out the crown and all that kind
Oh,
of stuff.
really?
I will splurge for the VIP ticket for you, dude. Yeah, we'll do that. I promise.
I'm loving it.
But you got to sing on the way up.
Okay, I will.
There it is.
I will.
Well, lastly, let's go ahead and make sure that for anyone that's watching or listening to the conversation that we know how to follow you and we don't find any fake underscores on Instagram or TikTok. Let's drop what we say, all the actual factuals.
You can follow me on all social media channels at Mary Middlefield. Just that. And be sure to follow me on Instagram for the professional content and on TikTok for the Finsta content.
That's for the ratchetness. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. Round of applause for Mary Middlefield, please. Y'all hanging out here with KTU.